So yeah, it's nice and easy, right?
My name is Tim Morley. I'm one of the managers here at Chapter 1, the modern local in downtown Santa Ana. Behind the bar a lot is my passion. Mixology is my passion. And so here we're trying to bring to the table just a lot of the traditional craft cocktails and pre-prohibition cocktails, bringing that back and right up into the mainstream. Our number one selling cocktail here at Chapter 1 is our Moscow Mule. We do about 500 of them a week. We make our own ginger beer in-house, which is amazing. It's big, spicy flavor, but we fly through Moscow Mules. And we also have 12 different specialty mules that are kind of our secret menu. Like I said, we juice all of our own ginger, so we go through about 150 pounds a week, something about 2.5 tons a year, and we're just completely wiping out fields of this stuff. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, people love it. They come back for it. They ask for it. And as soon as you see those copper mugs, and you know everybody's happy. You know, you got tons of copper mugs all around the restaurant. Makes for a good little scene at night. It was just served in a copper mug. A lot of people think it's for the flavor, but it's just traditionally made that way. Originally, it was made at a place called the Cock and Bull, which is now another ginger beer. And they just used vodka, lime juice, and this ginger beer, and called it the Moscow Mule because they just bought Smirnoff from this huge Russian company. And it was literally just an advertising ploy. It wasn't even something big. They just wanted to start selling vodka because gin was the biggest thing around. So they just wanted to sell vodka in America, and this was the biggest thing that they could do. And it worked, and it stuck. So when you hold it in your hand, you get that nice cold, you get to see it, you know, it's kind of frosty, the condensation coming off of it, which looks really cool. So it does not. There's some rules to bourbon. One of them being it has to be 51% corn mash. It has to be aged for at least 3 years in oak barrels, American oak barrels, and that's what makes actually a bourbon. There's all kinds of other whiskeys and stuff like that, but to actually be called that, it used to be that you had to be in Bourbon County to make this, and it would just happen that Kentucky there's plenty of oak, there's plenty of water, and it just worked there, and then we got all the corn out there, so it was easy to make whiskey there and call it bourbon. Bartender is a good word. I think mixologist it almost feels a little pretentious sometimes, but I like the feel of tending bar, really. You know, I mean, you're talking to a guest, you know, you're just interacting with someone. You know, I can say everybody, you can teach anybody to pour a drink, but not everyone can bartend. You know, it's multitasking, it's interacting with people, and it's making that guest feel comfortable. And you know, I think it's a lost art at some point. You know, and I think it's really coming back right now, which is great. Maybe just like this, snapping, whistling. You know, hey. You know, somebody says, "Hey, bartender," and I say, "Hey, customer." You know, it doesn't really work. So yeah, that's probably the worst. You know, when people. I try to introduce myself to everybody right off the bat, so they know my name, and if they need something, they can call me. But